For sure, for sure. All right. You comfortable? You good? You ready?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Y'all already know, man. Welcome back to another beautiful episode on a Made Revenue on the Air podcast. And we are here with a very special guest, to Kold the Boxer. You know, I would introduce him, but you know what? I think he's best introducing himself. You know, only he know his journey. Only he know what he been through. Only he know what he been up to. So go ahead, to Kold.
Man,
Talk
what's
to
going
him.
on, everybody, man? It's your boy Jaleel, too cold Reddick, representing Newark, New Jersey, fighting and training out of Las Vegas, Nevada. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So fighting and training out of, you said North Las Vegas?
Yeah, I'm fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh, Las Vegas.
I'm from Newark, New Jersey.
North New Jersey. Got you.
Yeah.
All right. So we're here in Vegas. Tell us a little bit about your story, man. Tell us about that trip from North New Jersey to Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh, man, I actually originally came to Vegas from San Antonio, Texas. I got to San Antonio, Texas from Philadelphia, actually.
Oh,
not straight
you've been
from
traveling.
Newark, New Jersey. Yeah. So I went from Newark, New Jersey to Philly.
Okay.
And then from Philly, I was training down there with Coach Rel. You know what I'm saying? He's a well-known coach down there. And, then made my move to San Antonio, Texas, where I signed a managerial and coach's contract with the Barrios family. That's Mario Barrios, who's about to currently fight Manny Pacquiao on July 19th. That's his family. So they were managing me, and I was being trained by his sister, Selena.
Got you.
From there, I made the move here to Vegas. Well, it was Cali, supposed to be Cali first. And then
You said supposed to be? Did you ever go to Cali?
Temporarily.
Temporarily? How long was temporarily?
Literally, not long.
Okay.
You gotta say,
why did that get cut short?
Due to the fact that just boxing in general.
Okay.
Vegas is the capital.
Got you.
So
Got you.
I wanted to plant that seed here and start, chasing my goal. Chasing my dream.
And how long have you been boxing?
I've been pro. This is 3 years now, making it officially. I ain't do no amateur fights or nothing. Believe it or not.
Amateur fights?
Nah. I grew up in a boxing family though. My uncle Patrick boxed, my dad boxed, and Shakir Austin, my uncle.
Okay.
He was a standout amateur. Actually had a shot as a pro, and things ain't work out only due to the fact that he got shot and the bullet pierced his lung. So,
wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
So his lung collapsed.
Wow. Okay. So just skipping the amateurs and everything like that. How does that work out for you, or how does that work out? Period. Being a boxer.
Well, I always my whole life been a natural athlete. Like I would say that for sure. Like, and anything I ever did in life, athletically wise, I excelled at it.
Okay.
Just based off of, I don't know how to explain, genetics, I guess, or just whatever. Sure. But I ain't trying to sound arrogant.
No.
Like that,
some people are naturally talented, and they're like every sport they play, they're like naturally good at it. Yeah.
But when it came to boxing, it was more so of having a teacher, not just a trainer. So I had a bunch of trainers, right? But my current coach, Said El Harrak, he's a teacher, and it plays a major difference. He doesn't just tell you, you gotta throw a hook in this situation, or you gotta do this and that. He show you how to do that shit.
Got you.
He don't. It's one thing of hearing something, but I'm a visual learner.
Got
you know what I'm saying? So, he's extremely different in that aspect than a lot of these trainers and padmen and like that. Like he really opened my eyes up to this boxing world, from the corrupt side of it to actual. A lot of these trainers is just hustlers that take your money each month.
Right.
Train you
and
to
they
learn
really
a bunch of
don't
bullshit.
know shit about boxing.
They learned on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was a standout fighter himself. Been in numerous camps with different fighters and dominated.
How important is that though? Having a trainer that is teaching you the basic steps, like teaching you why you need to punch like this, why you need to move like this, how important is that, rather than a trainer who's just telling you like, oh yeah, this is how you're supposed to do it, this is how you throw a hook, this is how you throw a left, whatever, because from seeing it from YouTube and other people like that.
So like the You said what is the importance of it?
Yeah. How important is that
shit
having
is
a trainer
extremely
that?
important. Like as I stated, I've been pro for 3 years, but I haven't just started trying to box for 3 years. Like I've been inconsistently in and out the gym since I was 23.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And nothing for nothing, I've had good coaches, but as I said, a teacher is different. Like, and it shows. Like, after 4 months with Sid, I noticed things that I used to do or think was okay get changed drastically just from looking at film. You know what I'm saying, of myself.
Gotcha.
Like from when we first started to months later, and it's like, damn,
Right.
who the fuck? I'd be confused, like, damn, who the fuck is that? And it'd be me, like, but it'd be looking like 20 times better.
Like, you can tell. You can tell.
So
You
it's
can
like
tell.
the proof is in the pudding, and it wasn't just with me. He's had other fighters who he was grooming up, and I'm talking about like people who shouldn't even been in a boxing gym. You would, like, if you saw him on the street, you would say, "Oh, this girl doesn't box." He made her look like she's been doing this shit for years.
Gotcha.
And she just started off. Only
Right.
had one amateur fight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the importance of it is detrimental because truthfully, a lot of these dudes, they do this Mayweather pad work and stuff like that, and it looks pretty on Instagram, but then they go and they fight and get fucked up. And the reason behind that is they don't know how to translate none of that shit over into the ring because it's not being taught to them why they're even doing what they're doing.
Right. Right.
Like, you shoulder roll, yeah, but you shoulder roll why? You shoulder roll in certain positions in the ring
Right.
and reasons.
Right,
and you have to know that when you step in the ring.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? If you
Right.
don't know that, it's just purposeless of doing it at training if you can't reflect it in the ring. That's the importance of all of that.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So training. So you've been a pro for 3 years, you said, right?
Yes.
Skipped amateur and everything like that.
Yes.
How does the world view you as a boxer, or how do you feel like the world view you as a boxer doing something like that?
Honestly, I don't care what the world view me as. Is what I view myself as. That's the most important. And I know the work that I'm putting in for this right now, and it's reflecting in my fights. You know, and it's reflecting in the sparring and the sparring sessions that I'm being invited to join camps with certain of these top
Right.
pros right now.
Got you.
To be their sparring partners for certain camps to get them ready for fights. So it's like,
Okay.
for them to look at me as something that can help them get ready
That's pretty
says
big.
a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
that
just
says a
finished
lot.
camp
Yeah.
with Patrice Volney.
Okay.
That's my boy. He's from
Yeah.
Canada, but he fought Ammo Williams
Okay.
on the zone card. I felt as
Got
if he
you.
won the fight, my honest opinion, and not
Yeah,
just
yeah.
because that's my boy.
Yeah.
But I felt like he had
But
the more
they all-
output,
yeah.
and
And
being
it
that
didn't
Ammo
go-
Williams
it
was
didn't go to
signed, because Ammo Williams was signed to that promoter. That's his
Got
promotions,
you.
so
Got
they can't
you.
let him lose.
Lose. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is
That's just
crazy,
how this
right?
boxing game is.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
But
yeah.
hands down,
But it'd be
you can
obvious.
See, it was blatantly obvious.
Right, it'd
You
be
know what I mean?
obvious.
I was in camp with him and Shane Mosley Jr., Sugar Shane's son. But it's like, I didn't never expect to be
Right,
around
something
these
like
type
that.
Of,
Right.
type of names and sharing the ring with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't happen for your average fighter.
Right.
That's been only pro for 3 years.
3 years.
You
Right.
know what I mean?
And
So,
then no amateurs.
no amateurs.
You know, so when people hear about that and they see you come into the ring and you're a pro and you're fighting, do they ever feel like they have the advantage, or do you think like they feel like, oh, he ain't nothing, I got this, like he ain't even?
It's possible that they do feel that way, but I guarantee you, after that bell ring, they don't think that no more. You know what I mean? And it's happened like that in sparring sessions as well.
Yeah.
Like I inspired guys who were undefeated with a certain amount of knockouts. They might be 9-0 with 9 knockouts, and think
Right.
like, oh, this guy only on his fourth at this time that I sparred this person that was 9-0, 9 knockouts. I was
Yeah.
only going into my fourth pro fight,
Uh-huh.
and he probably came in thinking like that. And
Yeah.
I completely washed him.
Right.
At top rank in front of everybody.
In front
You
of
know what I'm
everybody. So just knowing that right now, right? There's a lot of people that's maybe starting at your age, the age that you started, and everything like that. Do you, like, what advice would you give to them? And like, would you encourage them like to actually do amateurs, or like would you tell them like, look, I did it, so you can do it too?
Nah, I'm not saying everybody can not do the amateurs and still become a good pro. I'm not gonna sit there and push that narrative out. What I'm saying is it depends on your athleticism, your natural ability, and most importantly, who's teaching you. You know, like if you had a coach like mine, I would say it's possible.
It's possible.
Because
Okay.
I feel like my coach
Okay.
is shit.
Yeah.
You know? Like, that's
Shout out to his
yeah,
coach.
shout out Coach Sid, man. Like I feel like, yeah, like the world gonna know him real
Yeah.
soon.
Got you.
Real soon. You know,
Okay.
I put him up there against any coach that's at the top tier right now,
Yeah.
mental wise. Like,
Mhm.
and like every fight, like he has my mind in gladiator mode, and he didn't just make changes to me as a fighter, as a man as well. Like the way I would carry myself, speak.
Right.
You know,
Right.
like
Right.
a lot of things. So I would. That's another thing. You know,
What you said was really important because you see some of these fighters and they can't speak. They get up there, they act a fool.
Yeah.
No training in that sense, you know, and it's really embarrassing.
Yeah.
When it comes to that, how important is that?
Oh man,
being a boxer.
You know, like I tell people like this, right? We're in a sport where it's already hard to make money until you get to a certain level, right? So if you got people that's willing to sponsor you and stuff like that, and you have opportunities like that, you want to present your best self all the time, no matter where you are. Someone's always watching, right? So when you perform idiotically and you carry yourself cursing, pants sagging, Instagram things, you know what I'm saying, whatever flow, you know how it is in the world, but whatever things people choose to do, these people with the money that you're looking to invest in, you are watching that as well. What would make you think that they want to invest in what they look at as a risk now?
Okay.
Because there's no telling how long you're going to even be boxing if you carry yourself a certain way.
Yeah. Do you think people, they start off humble and then they get to the top and start acting a fool like that? Because you do have some boxers out there that's
a
pretty
lot of people do it. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about boxing is the ring doesn't lie, and karma comes quick in boxing.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So you can be like my coach always say, we don't let our foot up off of working hard, due to the fact that you could be on top of the world one day in boxing, where everybody rooting for you,
right?
And then you get publicly humiliated when you got memes going around and you knocked out,
and everybody that was rooting for you is now making
memes
on
the other side of the street. You know what I mean? They're
and
on the
we
other
see
side of
it
the
so
street
many
laughing
times.
at you now, and you know, a lot of times it comes because you drew that attention to yourself.
Right.
From even carrying yourself a certain way at the beginning. You know?
And that's and you know that's human, you know, in general, you know. For some reason human beings is just in that moment to where like, okay, they can praise you one day and the next day they like,
but in this game it's how it was presented to me, like another thing my coach always says too, it's the pimp and hoe business. The promoters are your pimps, and we are the fighters that's the hoes.
The hoes.
And
so what's the fans?
And the fans are hoes too.
The fans are hoes.
If you winning, they with you. If you
not
lose,
to cut you off,
they not with you. When you start winning again, that hoe coming right back across the street.
Have you seen that white? What's her name? Catch Me Outside. I think that's. Have you? And the audience are a bunch of hoes too.
Oh yeah. Before they was clowning her.
Right.
Now she getting some money.
Right. You know, so man, that is so funny. I had to stop you there for a second and mention that.
Crazy,
but so what is your record looking like right now?
Oh, so right now I'm 4-2, 3 knockouts. I'm
okay.
And I don't do this like I said to you the first time I was on here. Like even with the first loss, I took complete fault for it.
Got you.
Me cutting weight wrong
during
Ramadan, this and that. Boom.
Yeah.
It's in the past. It don't matter. But this fight, I should be 5-1, 3 knockouts right now.
Gotcha.
It was a 4-round fight. I dropped the guy in the first round. Being that we were fighting on his promoter card, and he was somebody they wanted to push.
Got you.
The rest of the fight, the referee found any reason to take a point from me to even out the scorecard.
Wow.
Like I had on bright orange gloves. The guy was wearing black and white trunks. It's clear to see that my shots that I was placing for body shots weren't below the belt. I would jab him, his head would snap back, but the ref would stop me, take a point for hitting behind the head.
And his head snapped back.
If I'm hitting behind the head,
it's going to snap front, right?
So it made no sense. Like it was just a bunch of blatant. Like it was a blatant setup, and
Yeah.
the ref was smiling at me and my coach before he even gave me a penalty.
That's insane.
Listen, bro. After I dropped on the first round, before he even gave me a penalty or warning, he threatened to disqualify me.
Really?
You have to have a case of 3 penalties
To
before a
even try to
disqualification is even
disqualify,
on the
yeah.
table. So how are you telling
Right.
us that from the beginning? So you know, it was a learning experience. It opened my eyes up to how dirty this business can be.
Yeah.
So going into this, I fought again. I fought again immediately after that because my coach we ain't want to. We submitted an appeal. We still waiting to hear back from it. They're supposed to be taking a look at the film because we had the footage.
Yeah,
hopefully
got you.
That they could do the right thing and give us the well-deserved victory, or even make it a no contest, whatever they choose to do. But even without them not doing that, it's not going to slow me down a bit. It come with the game. I gotta just take it on the chin. So with that being said, I had a fight after that, which I just fought last Saturday, and I came in with a chip on my shoulder with all the stuff me and my coach was working on, and I just knew I couldn't leave it in the judge's hands. So I got that guy out of there in the first round. Yeah.
Wow. Look what not even a loss, but look what something like that, the fight that you had before this one, can do for you.
Yeah, no,
you know what I'm saying?
I
Not even
to
you, for you.
Yeah, I used it as fuel because, as I stated on a different interview, not yours, but they interviewed me down there in Mexico, and they asked me like what fuels me and stuff like that, and it's like I already been through a lot in my life. You know what I'm saying? From setbacks to, you know, you're not going to always get the result you like in life, but it's only going to do 2 things, and that's how you know what type of person you are. It's either going to motivate you, or you're going to be weak and let it break you.
And let it break you.
So if boxing is something that I really want, I got to understand that every result ain't always going to be what I like. And a robbery or cheating is a part of this game that I love so much, right? So I got to be willing to accept that that's always a possibility if I don't eliminate that opportunity from happening. So I used that as fuel, and I said, I'm not letting this fight go the distance. And that's the mindset I walked in with.
Take mine in the first round.
But intelligently, though. I'm not going in there with, like, let me just swing for the fences. You got to break them down intelligently, and that's another thing that my coach preaches and teaches me day in and day out is intelligence in the ring. That gets you further in a more longevity career. When you got good defense and you strategically break somebody down, opposed to just going in there being a brawler. It's a bar fight.
Got you, man. And that's so important, you know, because a lot of people think it's just getting in there, punching a bag and punching on. You know what I'm saying?
That's not even
it's a real mental.
The surface of boxing.
It's
mental warfare.
You know what I mean? You know, and there's real skills to it. It's
chess,
real.
not checkers.
Got you.
Literally.
So where have all your fights been?
San Antonio, Texas for 2 of them, and then these past couple fights for been in Mexico with my coach, and then I can put it out there on the table now because it's official, but we just got a situation offer right now from Rising Star Boxing. Shout out to Thomas Lamana. He just fought Jamal Charlo. They call him Cornflake. He's the man of many he's the poster child for what opportunity could do for you. You know what I mean? He was given the opportunity and shine bright, and
he took advantage of it.
So now he's giving us the opportunity. So I'll be fighting in Philadelphia October 11th, but the main goal on the table right now is to get August done first, because I'll be fighting for I'm sorry, I'll be fighting for the super welterweight WBU title.
Got you. So. Okay. So right now, do you hold any titles, or
no? This is gonna be my first title fight. So I'm extremely excited, extremely focused.
And what class? What weight class is that?
Super welterweight. 154.
154.
Because you can't do catchweight belts for titles.
Okay. So what is your opponent looking like for this fight?
They haven't sent us the lists over yet, but they of course have to qualify. And be in the rankings for it to even compete for a title. So when those get sent over to us, me and my coach will take a look at it, choose the opponent, and you know, nothing for nothing. We look at every opponent as a threat, which is why we make camp extremely tough.
Got you. So, and then speaking of camp, what is that looking like for you right now? How is training going in camp? And I know you explained a little bit about what your coach is like with you,
Right.
but what are you like in camp, mentally, physically, emotionally, when you're in camp?
Mentally, I'm extremely locked in. And to answer your question, camp is just starting because, like I said, I just
Okay.
fought last
Yeah, yeah,
Saturday.
yeah.
So he gave me like a little bit of time to
Yeah,
just
got you.
work by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like going as far as going running and just keeping my weight down.
Got you.
We actually about to lock back into the gym tomorrow.
Okay. Okay.
Like a real lock in. Like
Got you.
we was
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
gym last week, of course.
yeah.
Like I immediately jumped back in the gym on Monday when I
Yeah.
came back from the fight, but we were just touching the mitts and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Now
for
we're gonna
sure.
be game planning again. So mentally, I'm extremely locked in. You know, physically, my extremely locked in. I'm focused on like keeping my weight down under
Yeah.
control, eating right. Shout out to my nutritionist Jovita. She's like phenomenal, bro. Like one of the best things that happened to me in my career, especially so early on.
Yeah.
Because she makes my weight cut extremely easy.
Easy.
Like,
Okay.
bro, one time I like got down in the 50s with I used to struggle of not knowing what to do and what to eat and stuff like that. So I was basically doing it wrong. Like I told you, the fight I lost,
Yeah.
I was starving myself.
Yeah,
because it was
got
during
you.
Ramadan.
Right.
So,
So
I
you wasn't
already
eating
wasn't
at
eating
all,
all
really.
day, and
Yeah.
then when I would get the chance to eat, I would think I need to eat small to keep the weight down because I wasn't allowed to eat until the sun
Yeah.
dropped.
Got
So I didn't want to
you.
overeat. So I did that wrong. Had I had her,
Wow.
she makes it easy. And even though the meals are small, your body feels satiated because you feel like you eat enough.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to get that meal
Yeah, I'm not going.
I'm
not
so
going to
serious.
tell.
You gotta give me.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell what we do on here because
You ain't gotta tell them. Just tell me.
The blueprint out for free. But no, like
It's cool. You can tell me.
it's
You ain't gotta tell them. You can tell me.
It's way easy. I have like extreme energy through the sparring, even down to last. To be real with you, bro, like last camp and this camp, I haven't wore a sauna suit.
Oh,
Neither
really?
camp. No.
Yeah.
Like the camp for this past fight and the camp for the fight before that, I haven't wore a sauna suit at all.
Okay.
And the weight just
Right,
drops.
right,
you know
right,
what I mean?
right.
Before I used to live in a sauna suit, and that was the wrong thing too. You know what I mean?
Right.
And a lot of people
So,
don't know that. A lot of
yeah.
fighters don't know that your body gets so used to that
Right.
sauna suit that when it comes down to the last 3 pounds, and you try to go put on that sauna suit to lose the weight, your body rejects it,
Really?
and you don't even sweat.
Really? Why is that?
Because you have to trick the body.
Yeah.
Again, I'll tell you off camera, but I ain't giving up the rest.
I'm like, why is that? He's like, hold on. I'm gonna tell you, but I ain't gonna tell you.
Nah, okay.
That is so interesting, man. You know, because I see a lot of boxer who's in shape, you know, and cut, and I'm like, damn, man, like, you know, how do you get that way?
Man, just discipline. Everything starts with the kitchen.
The kitchen, yeah, eating right.
That's one thing I can say that I give free game is it starts with the kitchen. It don't matter. You can work out 4 times a day for 2 months straight, and if you're not eating the right things, your body not gonna reflect that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Now that's already good enough game for me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
If you're not eating right, your body's gonna reflect, and your performance is gonna be poor.
Got you. Okay, so cool. So now that you're here, man, would you say that you're at the peak of your career, or like you're just getting started?
Yeah, I'm just getting started. I ain't nowhere near the peak of anything.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So knowing that now, is there like any big names that you would actually like to share the ring with?
Of course, but I know that the proof got to be in the pudding first. I got to get the groundwork done to even have enough stature to call out these certain names that I want.
Okay.
But when that time comes,
just say one.
We ain't ducking no smoke.
Just say one.
Anybody at the 54 weight, but I'm not like.
I'm like,
when I get to where I gotta be.
Yeah.
We not ducking no names.
No names at all.
Nah,
nobody.
Like it's just that old school boxing with me. Like, honestly, you know, I used to be big on, you got to keep your O, and you know what I'm saying. But that was the Floyd Mayweather mentality. We were brainwashed with.
To be 50
in actuality,
in
actuality, you want to keep that O, but realistically, a lot of times it's impossible unless you got a money machine behind you.
Oh,
that can save you
100%.
in
Yeah.
close fights.
Yeah.
Where
Kind
you
of
really
like
lost,
the ref.
but that ass
Yeah.
got paid off.
Yeah.
So you know,
Kind of like the ref. And
yeah, like you know what I mean. Like, and we need to get back to the era of boxing where greats took risk. They fought
They
each other.
had
They
heart.
fought the
They
greats.
had.
They took losses. Marvin Hagler, 5 losses. Mike Tyson, 6 losses, 5
Right,
losses.
right. And
Muhammad
they're the
Ali,
greatest.
and
they're the greatest.
for a fact. And a lot of these, you could take these undefeated fighters from this era, place them in a ring with one of them, and watch them get picked apart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's when boxing was real, not this fabricated love and hip hop shit that you see on Instagram.
I agree.
People arguing on Twitter,
100%.
and Instagram, arguing back and forth, fighting each other.
Right.
You could just jump in the ring.
Right.
Send the contract, sign it, fight.
100%. Right. So that's good, man. Like love your mentality and everything behind this. I know you mentioned earlier that you had to fast for a fight, and that's kind of like what you know.
I didn't fast for a fight. I fasted for Ramadan.
Fast for Ramadan. Yeah.
Yes.
And then it kind of messed you up with a fight.
How? I'm sorry to cut you off, but I should have just been smarter. And in this game, you gotta know. Even though we fighters and we love to fight, you gotta know when to listen to your body and just say, I shouldn't take this fight, this and that. Before like I said, that was my second fight as a pro, and I just was hungry to fight because that fight was May 5th, 2023. My last fight before that was my pro debut, and that was October 8th, 2022.
Cinco de Mayo, right?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I ain't fight since October 8th, 2022 though, before that fight in May. So I wanted, I was eager to fight. You know, I got kids, I wanted to make a paycheck, this and that.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was just the overall. And the crazy thing is, like again, I don't make no excuse. I was winning the fight.
Right.
But when you don't got no nutrition, you're not properly hydrated, your body was already in starvation mode, you deplete a lot quicker. And anybody who ever been in the experience of cutting weight wrong can agree and attest to your body just doesn't feel the same when you're in the ring. The third round came and I felt like I already fought 8 rounds. Yeah. Like gasping, feeling dead. You know what I mean?
Right. And for those who don't know, man, it's not easy to get in that ring. Get in that ring, you will see what 2 rounds will feel like. Oh yeah. 2 rounds will just feel like a 12.
Shit, a workout. Forget a fight. A workout.
Right. Like, mitts and stuff like that. It's crazy, man. So I have so much respect for boxers, you know, people who really do it and really take this stuff so serious. It's a lifestyle. It's not just oh yeah, I want to be a boxer and get in there, you know what I'm saying? I do it. I love it. I love the workout, and I love getting there. I love being in shape, and I love you know, like the experience. But to really take this stuff to a whole nother level, I know I don't have that type of commitment. You get what I'm saying?
It's good to be aware of that. Because
it ain't nothing to play with.
Shout out to Box Raw, my sponsor Box Raw. They actually have a shirt and socks that they just sent me, and on the back is a powerful message that a lot of people that attempt to box should take into consideration. And the message says, we don't play boxing. And a lot of people who just jump into this sport thinking that it's as pretty as it is on Instagram, because you're watching these guys that got over 300 amateur fights and years of experience. You know, you could play basketball, you could play football, but you cannot play boxing, because when you step in that ring with them little gloves on, it's your life at risk. A lot of people, especially within this past year, a lot of people have died in the ring, from women to men. Like it's not a joke, it's not a game.
This year and last year.
When you preparing for a fight, like each session should be serious. You should be mentally locked in, because when that bell ring, your coach, your family that's watching ain't in that ring with you. It's you. You know, and like I don't
do you
like,
feel
for instance, right? I'm sorry, but you could get punched in sparring with 16-ounce gloves on. And you know, you could feel it. You could feel it. You know what I mean? So if you getting in that ring for a fight with 8 or 10-ounce gloves on,
sorry about that.
Okay, that was your mic. Okay. If you getting in there with 8 or 10 ounce,
I'll be hearing it.
Because I was hearing that, but it sounded like a fan or something. But if you getting in there with 8 or 10 ounce gloves on, no headgear, and you're dealing with someone that's just as sharp as you, or not even as sharp as you, don't even gotta be. It could be a punch land in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
somebody swinging for the fences and a punch hit you in the back of the head, like the guy Pritchard Cologne, Pritchard
I
Cologne.
think
That's a vegetable now. He was fighting for a title.
and he
Actually was a title
paralyzed,
holder.
right?
And he
Or
paralyzed, yeah, and it was in a vegetable state. Just because he got hit wrong in the head.
Wrong
And
in
he
the-
left out the ring regular, walking
Yeah.
on his feet, just to get home and be bleeding on his brain, and wakes up a vegetable. You know what I mean?
It's not a joke.
It's not,
It's
man.
not a joke, man.
Yeah.
And that's why I could sit here and admit what I said
I don't
earlier.
even laugh at.
You get what I'm saying?
I don't laugh at these
Because-
fighters even when they got losing records.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because they got in there and they get it
Exactly.
done. Well,
Even if they don't, they didn't
there's
get it
this
done,
there's this
but
one
they
fighter.
got in there.
What's his name? Eric Holder? Is it Eric Holder? 30 loss and 0
Eric Holder?
wins.
Yeah,
Is that a real guy in boxing?
I don't know, but that sounds wild though.
Yes, I think.
know?
Right? Hold
But
on.
he was probably trying to pay bills. You know,
That's
a lot of these guys are okay with being journeymen.
Hey Siri, what's the name of the guy from boxing who has 30 losses and 0 wins?
Gervonta Tank Davis record
No.
currently stands.
Nah, it ain't Tank. It ain't Tank.
Siri,
for
that's
sure.
what I don't talk to
Siri
Siri
don't
no
know what you're talking
more.
about.
Siri
But
don't
no,
know shit.
it's people with records like that, man.
Yeah.
They call it journeymen. You know, they just get used to build up fighters like for pro debuts or anybody that's just like you're just trying to get them to get their skill together and get comfortable in the ring. But
isn't
those
that crazy
guys too,
though?
like you know, like you got to think of how bad a person needs money to get in there every time. For 30 times
You would
and know they're
convince
gonna
them to
lose.
go box? If they
No,
need
but they're
money
convincing themselves because it's
themselves.
an easy way for them to make money.
Shit.
And a lot of them guys with records like that literally fight months apart. 1 month they fighting, then they
Next
fighting again
month,
next
and-
month, then they fighting again next month. Depending on where they at, they can fight weeks later.
Weeks later. That
So
is
it's like,
insane.
you know-
Because typically it's like 3 times a year, 4 times a year. Pro?
Nah,
No? Is it
nah,
more
you
or?
can fight way more than that. I
Oh,
know,
yeah?
know
Okay.
somebody that fought 8 times in 1 year.
8? Okay.
Yeah,
But it's not
and
like
he was an ace
30
fighter, so he
times.
won.
Yeah.
But 30 times doesn't
Yeah.
happen in 1 year.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
I'm just saying. Realistically, those type of people, they're not chasing a record, they're not chasing belts or
They
titles,
just
nothing. They just
money
need to
and
get
just
paid,
wanna get paid.
to take care of themselves. Just like you got people in Vegas every day that go donate blood.
I was
every
thinking about it.
single day. You know what I'm saying? But no, you know,
I'm like, I was thinking about
they,
it.
They need it though. You know what I mean?
100%.
So-
I think it's like, what, 700 per donation?
Oh, I don't know about the
For the
blood.
blood?
I was just speaking on it.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
talking
okay.
about like, but for some of these fighters that's taking these fights, they're getting paid like $300, $400
Oh, yeah.
each time that he's
And
going in there
that's
losing.
good enough for
and
them.
He could be getting knocked out every one of those losses.
Man.
That's they're taking damage to their
To the brain.
to just make a couple
Man.
hundred. You
Yeah,
know what I
that
mean? So
sucks.
it's,
I'm like, just get a
gotta
job.
pay respect to,
Yeah.
man, but it's like
'Cause,
you don't know what his background is. Some people can't get
Oh,
a job.
yeah,
you know
you're
what I'm
right.
saying? So
You're right.
are we left to
Hey,
are we left to
but
judge that?
what
person,
I'm
you know
what
I'm
I'm saying is this shit is hard, bro.
Oh, no,
like
for sure.
don't if you know you're not gonna take this stuff serious and really want to make a career out of this, don't do it. And I'm not trying to discourage anybody out there.
Yeah.
This sport is dangerous.
And you
It
just-
really
and
is.
especially for the person that doesn't have the discipline, or the person that can't be coached, that thinks they're better than what they are. Because like, don't just think that that type of stuff can happen to a 0 and 30 person.
Like can't happen. Like
yeah,
it could happen.
Don't think
Right.
that it can't
Can't
only
happen.
happen. That
Oh,
it can
okay,
only
gotcha.
happen to a
Yeah,
person.
oh, yeah,
like that.
right.
There's
Right.
people out here that's 10-0 that fought 10 people they were supposed to beat, right? But now when it's going to their head, they're not disciplined, this and this and that.
Oh, okay.
Now when they step in there with a real threat that's
Yeah.
punching them back,
Yeah. They fold.
you get what I'm saying? So never think nothing sweet.
Underestimating.
Yeah, is not a game, because you
Right.
got a person out here in this world probably that could be 0 and 8 or 0 and 30, but they get in there and put a fight up with your ass. Because
That
styles
one
make
person,
fights.
right.
Just because them other 30 people knocked them out, don't
Right.
mean you gonna get in there and just knock them
Don't
out.
mean you
Or
gonna
don't
get in there
mean
and act them.
he might have had an argument before that,
Before
or,
that
he's
fight.
just, or he's just tired of
Of
being on the
losing.
losing side and
Right.
wants to win that night
Right.
to at least retire with 1-1.
Right.
He may come give you the fight of your life because he ain't got shit to
and
lose.
guess what?
you
After
know?
that, the world's gonna look at him like,
and then what about this, dog?
forget his
What
30
about,
loss.
what about if you a 15-0 guy and you fought and you fight him right? Not saying that will really happen because 15-year-old guys got to fight better competition than the 0 and 30.
Of course.
But I'm just saying, what if you do, and that one night that you fight him, thinking it's gonna be a walk in the park, and he come and give you a fight of your life and beat you, and now you done got your first loss to a 0 and 30
you're basically
guy.
taking his 30 and he's taking
because now you're gonna be looked at as trash to any other competition.
Right.
15-0, you lost to 0 and 30.
0 and 30.
Yeah,
bro, you could never. I don't think you can recover.
You can't speak on boxing again.
You
gotta
cannot
go beat
recover
15 more people.
like that.
You gotta go beat 15 more people to even
blur
that
back
one loss.
From that one loss.
Right.
Oh my god! But this is the seriousness behind it. You know, man, don't take it as a joke, man. This stuff is really, really serious. You know, for anybody out there that's trying to do it. And this is not to discourage anyone. This is like encouragement more than anything.
No, yeah, like
you know,
if you're going to do boxing, just to like, I know a lot of people like the lady that dyes my beard. Shout out to Michelle. Her son wants to box, and he can actually be a problem in the boxing ring because he wants it.
Right.
If you have that type of attitude, young, it's something you could do.
Yeah.
But if you don't, you could still box and join for fitness or something.
Gotcha.
Or just no self-defense when you're outside or at your school.
Yeah.
So don't get discouraged from it at all.
100%.
But what we're saying
and that's
is,
why I feel like I do it.
Don't try to become professional if you truly don't have the discipline for it.
Yeah, 100%. And so going back earlier to when I brought up the fasting and everything like that, what I was trying to say is, so how do you balance your religion with boxing? How does that work for you?
Well, I honestly just realistically started to learn after I took that loss. You know what I mean? So that's why I say everything is a learning lesson. I then began to try to make my fights gapped out away from the month of Ramadan.
Okay.
I won't ever again in my life take a fight during a month or the month after Ramadan, because even the month right after Ramadan, your body is still trying to reset and recover from you fasting and now get back into its normal groove. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have weird glitches with your body. So yeah, I learned that.
Yeah. Okay. And then and just outside of boxing, man, you know, who are you? You know, because boxing is boxing, and we know you're a star in that rainbow. Who are you outside of boxing for the people out there who don't know?
Me, I'm just your regular guy, man. Normal, humble, respectful. I'm funny. Like, you know, those who I let get that close to me, you can see that side of me. But and just like I'm big on loyalty. You know what I'm saying? If I am cool with you, you're gonna always get the same person out of me every time. And if I'm ever needed by you in any situation, and at this point in my life, the situation got to be a positive situation. I'm no longer gonna risk my myself and my freedom no more for the wrong things.
Right.
As long as because realistically, at this point in my life, if a person that I love or sure that I care about wants me to be there for them for something negative, you're showing me that you truly don't care about me.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Because why would you?
They
want
see
me
you
to
doing
risk
good,
it?
and they're like, "No, he got to come over here and do bad with me."
You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Yeah, like outside the gym, like, man, yeah, I'm down to earth. I like to rap.
Yeah, okay. That's funny. I was gonna ask you that because I see the teeth, I see the gold, and you know everything like that. So tell us a little bit about that. You like to rap? Does that
like,
you know?
I actually am a good rapper. Like and I'm not just
something
self-proclaimed. Now I got songs and stuff, but I ain't gonna
come spit some.
It's vulgar.
Nah, you can't come here tell me you're a good rapper and don't have something in your brain.
It's vulgar, and the reason I wouldn't do it now is because it's speaking on how my life used to be, which is a lot of negativity. So I wouldn't bring that to this platform or
you don't have
done
anything
my own life. I never made positive music. I wasn't living that type of lifestyle to make that. I was speaking my truth of what was going on in my life at that time. You get what I'm saying? So,
got you. Okay.
Yeah, that's that. What
you have anything on YouTube?
Yeah, I got stuff on YouTube.
We gonna find it regardless.
You crazy, but like I got a bunch of friends that rap. Shout out Biggs. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play one of his songs for you.
Yeah. Okay. You wanna play it right now?
Yeah, I'll play it right now. Then shout out Mill. You know what I'm saying? My boy Bruce, Southwest Philly Bruce. You feel me? Shout out Sunny. She representing Newark, New Jersey. We got 90 raps.
Look, speaking of all these rappers, man, you follow my Instagram, right?
Yeah.
They gotta come do some shows.
Oh yeah, I got you. I
If
got you.
if they're out here, I don't know if they're
I'll
out
put
here
the
or
word
not.
in. A lot of these that I'm naming are in Philly and Newark and from Newark, New Jersey.
It's all good. Then
And
you
you
ain't
got
gotta
my
tell
boy
me.
Rambo. You got my boy Bird, Jay Bird. A lot of them, you know, they doing their thing with the rapping thing. You know what I'm saying? And I had to find a lane that I really like. Like
Yeah.
I could be good at rapping, but I don't see myself as a rapper.
Got
Like when I was going in the
Got
booth,
you.
it was to vent and like it was therapeutic for me.
Yeah, of
'Cause
course,
you
of course.
getting stuff off
It's
your mind.
relaxing.
Yeah.
It really like ease
But
the
like
mind. Yeah.
boxing is what I
That's a
love.
different-
Like I used to think I loved football, right?
That's a different therapy.
That's the crazy thing, right? I
Yeah.
made it all the way to the NFL with football.
Really?
You can look me up. 2016, I
Oh,
got invited to
snaps.
rookie minicamp with the New York
Okay.
Giants, right? I played for Morgan State University.
Wow.
Then got expelled from that school, and I had to go to
Tell us about
Lincoln
that.
University. Oh man,
What you mean
What, tell you
expelled
why I got
from?
expelled?
Yeah,
Nah.
and then just being in the NFL. Like, how
So-
was that?
I got expelled for doing a lot of illegal things outside of school that came back to backfire on me. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, the past would always.
Yeah, but based off of disloyalty too. You know, I was snitched on.
Really?
Yeah,
Damn.
you know, like,
People are real haters in this world, man. Like,
no,
really?
I ain't even gonna say
No, they
haters.
like that?
They just ain't.
Never
built for
mind.
it. They wasn't built for what we was doing. You know,
Yeah.
it was two people that was close to me at that time period. Now I wouldn't even look the direction. You know what I'm saying? If they was on fire, I wouldn't spit on them to cool the fire down. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, that's
like
that's the coldest line I ever heard. I mean,
yeah, no, like
Okay.
seriously,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. And for those who know, you know what I'm saying. That's how I keep.
oh yeah, nah, trust me.
Yeah.
Some people
No,
that
I'm saying-
I came
I'm saying-
encounter
I'm
with,
saying-
they already know.
Yeah, I'm
they
saying-
can't even see me in person.
And yeah, I'm talking about people that were involved in the situation and people that know about the situation. Those who know. So I don't really like. I don't bring my personal life to
Yeah, of course,
platforms too
of
much
course,
and stuff like
of
that.
course.
So, but yeah, that's why I was expelled from Morgan State. I was out scrambling for schools, and while actively still being in the streets and
Yeah.
doing negative stuff.
Okay.
I wanted to get back to playing football because that I knew that I had an ability to get my mom straight and my family straight. And Lincoln University gave me an opportunity on scholarship. I got there, and in 1 year of playing, I had different NFL teams contacting the schools, from the Eagles to the Miami Dolphins.
Wow.
To like seriously, and all that is documented information that's on Google. It's public records.
So what were you like, running back?
I
or?
played corner, safety, return kicks, and punt specialist.
Okay.
So I ran a 40-yard dash in Miami. I was getting trained at the time by Patrick Peterson father. He's currently a cornerback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. At the time, 2016, he was on the Arizona Cardinals and he was a Pro Bowler. So they respected anything him and his father said. So they gave me an opportunity to do a private workout in Miami. I ran a 4.39 in my 40-yard dash, and from there, my information was passed along.
Right.
Later on, I was picked up by the New York Giants by Coach Ben McAdoo and rookie minicamp. Their rookie minicamp, and like I said when I made the statement earlier, if you have something going for yourself, and people call you back for negativity, that's not your people. You know what I'm saying? And at
And
the
they
time,
know you have something.
yeah, at the
good
time I
going
couldn't
on.
see it like that because I was so loyal to the T, to people who I loved, right? And it was my era, you know what I'm saying? And I was just doing things I wasn't supposed to be doing, and it backfired. I got locked up and I lost the NFL because like people don't know in that business, once you're damaged goods to them, you damage goods.
Yeah.
And it's over.
You can't come back. From
Yeah,
that.
and then like when I was getting opportunities to go to Canada for the CFL after that incident happened, and I was starting to look at options with that. Canada don't let you even become a citizen or over there with certain charges.
Wow.
So that opportunity was dead as well.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow. And it just goes to show, man. It just goes to show how important imagery is.
Yeah.
On you know, in certain situations. Like, I just know so many people, like you said, like I just know so many people just from the hood, and like people with so many talent.
Yeah.
That just can't do nothing with it because of certain situations.
Yeah.
You know.
I got friends that's like damn near top basketball stars. Like people talk about Kyrie Irving and stuff. Like we're from we played against each other in high school and all that stuff. Like I know people that's just like right now working regular jobs that had the same ability or better
Potentials
than
and
that. Yeah.
Man.
Shout out to my boy Jaleel. He's supposed to be in the NFL right now. The best all around athlete I ever seen on the football field. And I was playing right next to him.
Right.
He used to do shit on the field that used to have me like, God damn, like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
right. So tell me something. What happens for you if boxing don't work out?
Well, boxing going work out.
But
you know what I'm saying? It's not,
right.
Like you are what you speak into your existence. You know what I'm saying? Like,
is there any backup plan at all, or like anything behind the mind like
backup,
that?
and people could say I'm idiotic for thinking that way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of what, I graduated with a bachelor's degree in college that I could always fall back on. I health science, become a strength coach, whatever. Right? But I don't make plan Bs when I believe in my plan A. Because that show that you don't truly believe in your plan A. And that's just the way I may look at it. Some people may feel like you always got to have a plan B and this and that. You know, everybody got their own opinion. Me, my plan A going to work, and I'm going to make sure
that it works.
Damn right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't get up and go in and gym every day.
Well, just in case, you know, you always have a rap career that we...
I ain't getting no rapper. All the rappers getting indicted. They talk too much.
That's crazy, huh? You would think that we'll learn from each other, but goddamn, now we got now they got Lil Durk locked up.
We live in a monkey see, monkey do
and it's so crazy.
Era, you know what I'm saying?
So crazy.
People not knowing that them rednecks, and I'm not just gonna say white people because it ain't just white people doing it. Blacks do it to themselves.
To their own people.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So, like that whole phase of victimizing and just blaming the white person all the time. Yeah, they may be people that make money from it, but guarantee they ain't the only people.
Right.
Shit. It's rappers like Jay-Z and them that invested in private prisons.
Right.
They black.
That part. Because somebody taught them about that shit.
But why they invest in it? Because they making money off it. Because they know every day somebody dumbass
is
gonna get
go
locked
to jail.
Up. Man. So once you at the peak of making money, you're gonna invest in whatever makes money. Regardless if the focus and the oppressed people are your people.
They don't care.
They don't care.
It's like
they see green.
What that got to do with
they
me,
see green.
right?
You know
what that got to do with my money?
Right.
It's not benefit. Yeah, man. So that's so important, man. So just speaking about situations like that, man. When you make your first meal, man, and you really make it to the top, what do you plan on doing?
Me personally, bro, like just taking care of my family. Like I'm not too big into like and people say, oh yeah, it changed when you get the money in hand, but me, I know it ain't gonna change because I had money before. And
got you.
Like I always was told that I do for everybody else, and then think about myself last. And even if I am that type of person, it's okay with me because the people that I do for is the ones I love. So I'm gonna make sure that they straight. You know what I mean? Also in Newark, New Jersey, I want to open up a youth center for kids without parents.
Got you.
And I want to open up like a condominium homes for single mothers. You know what I'm saying? I want to make the rent low, even if it's non-beneficial. Like I'm not making a killing lump sum of money from it. Yeah. Even if I'm breaking even, that's okay with me as long as I'm giving them an outlet where they're not sitting there struggling. And like just so I'm not being used. I would give it like you can live there for 2 years to help get yourself together. So being that you got that deadline to do so, you're actually being active and doing stuff to get yourself in a better position in life, and you're not just using this as a crutch.
Right. Got you.
That.
Like just rebuttaling off situations like that. Like when you go to these different parts of the world and like cities and everything like that, and you see that type of like Section 8 and people who just live off the government and everything like that, like do you feel like they're there just because, like, do you feel like they just don't want to do better in life with all the do we feel like we have opportunities that we can actually
look, right? We do got opportunities. If I would be a liar if I said we don't, right? But sometimes you're blind to the opportunities based off where you are in your life. Because I was a victim of being blind to my own opportunities based off where I was in life. And what I mean by that is if you're in the hood every day, right?
Mm.
All you seeing is drug dealing, prostitution, gun violence, stuff like that. So you feel like that's all the world has to offer. My first time being on a plane as a person in general wasn't until I started playing college football. I never got to see differently of
Like what you were surrounded by.
You
and
get
where
what I'm
was
saying?
at.
So
yeah.
it's people who still ain't been on a plane to this day, and they 32, 30.
Right.
So you
Right.
can't blame them for not knowing that there is better, but we all have to know that doing good brings positivity, doing bad brings negativity. Everybody at any age in their life know the difference between good and bad. You know what I'm saying? So just because we're stuck in the hood or feel stuck in the hood, don't mean you gotta limit yourself to just doing hood shit all day. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
You gotta have some type of drive to want to get out or want to get better. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, me personally, like, I got friends who still do what they do and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They gotta catch me when they catch me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cause
And there's no hard feelings.
there's no hard
Understand.
feelings. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
You gotta understand that I've got to see what the world got to offer, and that's what I
Right.
want now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
regardless of you wanting to
And it's
still
not
do-
like you just picked up and somebody gave you a lump sum of
hell
this and
no.
just, you know what I'm saying?
Like, I'm still
we
grinding
all
my
came from
damn
the same
self.
environment.
And I'm not rich, bro. I'm still
right.
grinding my damn self to get my family where I need them to be. So if you think I'm about to backtrack for some dumb shit with you, you're stupid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever tried helping someone around you, like
Oh, yeah.
bringing them with you
Yeah.
type stuff and telling them like, look, bro, like
Yeah.
let's do this, man. Like we don't have to.
But I bring the ones that understand. You know what I'm saying? You can't bring no dumbass horse to the water and expect them to know to drink. Like my brother Biggs was down here. He want this shit. He want to
Yeah.
be in this type of area. You feel me? But had to go back home where he don't want to be, but he fighting to get out. He just recently got shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You think people want to live like that when they wake up? No.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He want to get
Right.
out, but it's some people who don't give a fuck about living like that.
Because that's what I was gonna
Because
say.
that's what they used to.
And like when you look at the internet, you're like, damn, do these motherfuckers even care?
But like when I look at the internet,
It's crazy.
when I look at the internet and I see shit like that, it is different for me.
Yeah.
Because I don't look at it like they don't care. I just look at it like, damn, I was once like them. They just don't know.
That
It
part
ain't
right
that they
there.
don't care. They
That
just
part
don't
right
know.
there. They don't
You know
know
what I'm saying?
better.
Like,
Nobody taught them. Really sat down and explained to them. Like, look.
Yeah, somebody like that I was like that I'm locked in with, like real close. He just got sentenced to 125 years in prison for a murder, and you know what I'm saying. And this somebody that I was sitting just as close to as me and you right now. You know what I'm saying? So we have to start realizing that judge ain't playing no games.
All right. The
It
system
took.
is.
I learned that early. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like my father's still doing life in prison right now, so it ain't. I don't sit here and play with my freedom no more.
Right.
I'm not
Right,
of that
right.
age no more where I can. Shit, I get 30. I'm coming
Take the
home when I'm
red
60.
skin. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm
People
not
like,
trying
oh, it's
to
cool.
come
I'll
home
take
and
this
say,
charge for
hell
the first.
no.
Yeah.
Everybody say that, right?
Right.
Let me tell you.
Until they get in
let's
front
go
of
back.
them
Let's go back to that situation I told you where I got snitched
Yeah.
on, right? I lost everything.
Because
You can make a
somebody didn't
plan.
wanna-
You can make a plan with somebody,
Yeah.
but it ain't in everybody. People hear numbers and they fool. You know what I'm saying? So,
They 6'9" on you.
bro, and like, I never was surprised by that situation. Him telling, because
Yeah.
this a dude that dyed his hair rainbow. You know what I'm saying? I already knew. You gotta be a
Everybody
damn fool.
knew
You gotta be a
Why
fool
y'all
to
doing
do,
this with him?
Yeah, you gotta be a fool to do anything illegal around him. You know what I'm saying? So,
Damn.
yeah. So like, the reason I was surprised and so hurt by the two individuals that I was talking about earlier, and I ain't giving their name no light, like you know what I mean. Was because we was locked in, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Years. This ain't just no. I just met
Met
dudes
you
and we
and like, yeah, we.
this was years of being locked in. I'm talking about y'all sleeping at my house. When I'm up, I got money. I'm buying y'all shoes. These grills, I bought all us grills when I was making that bread. You feel me?
Insane.
Like everything. So when you
Right.
get betrayed like that, it's just
It hurts.
yeah.
It does.
But like a different hurt, like a hurt where you want to do something to somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
damn, y'all would throw me under the bus and risk my freedom and everything I got, when you could have just not said nothing at all
At
and took your
all.
time.
Just-
You know, but
Yeah.
that's the game you play. Like I said, just like boxing, it got its dirt. Life got its dirt.
Right.
So when you're doing these different things, you gotta know who you with.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
And that's so tough, man, because like you still have people nowadays training kids and these young teenagers like this is the way we gonna live. This is our lifestyle. Do it for the hood.
Yeah,
do it for
yeah.
but they don't tell you everything about
But
it.
they dummies though.
They don't tell you, man.
Like if I could do a lot of things in life over again,
Mm-hmm.
I would never have touched the streets. Like, and I could say that confidently,
Right.
Because it was a
Right.
waste of time.
Right. And
A
they
lot
know.
of- it feel good
These
when
real
you get
these
the,
guys know.
It feel good when you getting the money and stuff like that, right? But it don't feel good when you being judged by 12. You feel me? That don't feel good when you getting stripped away from your family. You know what I'm saying? Or when someone else is in control of your freedom, or when you eat, or when you go back in your room, or
Man.
none of that feel good. So
Man.
like, and then, you know, like it's a fucked up scenario. And again, I don't want to curse too much, but it's you got, that's the only way I know how to express it, right? It's a
100%.
fucked up scenario when you being raised in the streets. People target a certain type of person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like to feed the dumb shit
To
me not having a fight,
damn.
me not having a father when I was
right,
coming
right,
up.
right.
I was easily vulnerable to think, oh shit,
Because
this
they
nigga,
see all
he
that.
care about me. He trying to give me
Right.
money. He trying to, no matter what they got me out there doing. I'm thinking that this the way.
That- right.
Oh man, this nigga, he got diamonds. He got money. He living good. That's good to you when you didn't see nothing
Right,
better. You know what I'm
right.
saying? We ain't got no doctors and lawyers and none of that in my family. When you seeing certain people outside, you seeing them
Right.
big dope boy
That
Rolexes
look like doctors
on,
and lawyers,
driving.
too.
They making lawyer money, but they not doing it the way you think. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
And what you just said was really, really important, man. They
Yeah.
see the vulnerability, man.
Yeah, they
and
see
they
the
take
vulnerability.
advantage of it, man. They be like,
exactly.
oh, yeah.
Or like imagine a kid with no parents. You know what I'm saying? I got to at least see my mom work her ass off for stuff. But
Like, all you want is a role model.
yeah, but
Kid
you
with
get
no
you get
parent.
too much freedom when you got only one parent. You gotta think about it. If your mom at work and going to school and all that shit every day, who
Nobody but the streets.
who there to tell you don't do this or don't
Right.
do that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like even though she'd try to tell me that later on, it's too late, man.
late,
I already
yeah.
jumped off the porch. You
Yeah.
know? So
Yeah.
it's just
Man.
like yeah, if I could do a lot of things over, bro, I would have just been straight with that. I would probably, realistically, I would have never picked up a football. I would have started just boxing earlier,
Right.
stuff like that, because the
Right.
the
Right.
NFL is it's racist, bro.
Yeah.
I felt it was racist is because back in slave trades, right? What they used to do, get a gang of black people, right? Put you on stage. That guy, he's in shape enough. Got nice detail, nice cheekbones. We can make some money off of him. How this girl? Turn her around. Let me see her butt. Let me see her body. Yeah, she could produce a lot of babies for the slave owners. NFL.
To make more slave
NFL. Now fast forward years later, right?
Yeah.
We run 40-yard dashes. Let's see how fast that nigga could run. Let's see how high this nigga could jump. Let's see how much weight this nigga could lift.
Yeah.
We might want him, but we don't want him. That nigga ain't do enough.
Yeah.
Or this and this.
For sure.
That's all that shit is,
Facts.
bro. You know what I'm saying? It get glorified because they giving you
Yeah.
money behind it. But in actuality, that's crumbs to them.
It's-
They making way more money off of us.
All they did was figure out
You know
how
what
to
I'm
do it
saying?
in this new
And guess what?
generation.
You tear something, you get injured, you make one mistake in life.
That's it.
It's the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? They don't believe that you're human, that you can make a mistake and change. When you get injured, oh, that nigga damaged goods. Push him to the back. Next. And they, guess what? Because Alabama, LSU, USC, all these schools producing a million and one U's every year.
Yeah.
that they could go choose from. You
Yeah.
don't like.
Yeah. And they really don't
You're
give a fuck
nobody
about
to
you.
them. Yeah, you nobody
Yeah.
to them. No matter how
You,
close.
you think
And
that's every sport though, or is that?
and
Yeah.
definitely boxing. If you ask me that, my coach tell me every time it's his
Yeah.
favorite line. They do not give a fuck about
Got
you.
you.
And they don't.
Right. That's like having a job too,
I
though.
don't care how close they try to tell you that
Yeah.
they I'm doing
That
this for
we're-
you. Or
right.
I care about you. As soon as you can't make no
Right.
more money for them, it's it.
They're replacing you,
Pimp,
man.
I'm your pimp.
I was working
That
at a
help-
job before where our general manager, hurt her shit really bad and couldn't come for. They was like, "You want to take her spot?"
Exactly.
Like,
On
nigga,
to the
no.
next. On to the next. Though. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy,
That's life.
After years of her being
It's
here,
life,
like,
bro. You know
but
what I'm saying?
man, right, man. But wow, what a freaking great hour with you.
Yeah, oh
As
man,
always.
yeah, for sure.
Thank you for coming back. You know,
Oh, most definitely.
definitely grateful for having you today, man. We spoke on so much and like
Yeah.
so much good topics, man. I definitely appreciate it. If there's anything else that we missed that you want to
Oh
mention,
man,
that you
I just want to stand up, show
Okay.
shout out the Box Raw.
Okay, for sure.
You know, I just want to show their gear that they
For
offer.
sure, for
You know what
sure.
I'm saying?
Okay.
And I also, before we close out, would like to play my brother's
Oh,
song.
right. Of
You know what I'm
course.
saying? The world, y'all need to tap in with
It's on
who I
YouTube,
feel
right?
is a rising star in the rap game, and I could definitely attest that he rap where he's truly living. You know what I'm saying? So this is my brother Biggs, man. I'm gonna put his song on. This on YouTube.
All right, let's get to it.
When I fight in Philly, he actually gonna be bringing me out to the ring. So you know what I'm saying?
Right. Shout out to Too Cold, man. Shout out to Too Cold.
Definitely,
You know,
definitely.
love his energy, man. Love his vibe. Everything about him, man. He's real, you know, positive, and I feel like we need more energy like that in this world, you know.
Most definitely.
And it's hard to be good. It's hard to be that type of person, you know. But it's
Yeah.
easy to be the opposite. You know, everybody's doing it, you know. So shout out to him for sure.
This the thing. It is hard to be good, but when it's your natural self, you do it without expectation of anything in return.
100%.
Like my coach always get on me about it because he's the same way.
Yeah.
And he just tries to make sure that I'm never in a situation where I'm being used. You know what I'm saying? But like when I be having a bunch of gloves that could be expensive or groin protectors, like clothes in general, boxing shoes, I'm at the gym giving it out to rising amateurs for free and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
you know,
hell
he like, man, you're not rich yet.
Yeah.
Make money off that. Put it on eBay or something.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
But just me naturally, I look at that shit as material. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if this can help this kid protecting his hands and stuff like that, or give him more fire to go harder in the gym, I want to be that. You know what I'm saying?
That's good, man. You're a real good giving person, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what matters in this world.
Yeah, and
You know.
speaking of amateur boxers, shout out to my rising boy here, young boy Isaiah, man. He trained out of Real Boxing. Y'all got to tune in. He's going to be having an amateur fight this Saturday, actually, at Mayweather's boxing gym. So make sure y'all go and tap in and go support him, man.
Speaking of it,
I see you
I'm
training
so
over there.
glad he brought that up because we will be streaming that live. So Made Revenue Records will be streaming the Mayweather upcoming boxing tournament live. So make sure y'all tune into that this Saturday, y'all.
I'm live, and I'm telling y'all now, I'm Team Isaiah, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy. You know what I'm saying? He actually gave me some great work during camp, too. And like, that's what gathered me to supporting him, too. Was because, like, he was just a cool, calm, collected. Like, he just a good person. You could tell. You know what I'm saying? I don't just talk to anybody, and I walk right past you.
So y'all gonna so you're gonna be there?
Yeah,
this
hell
Saturday?
yeah, I'm gonna be there supporting him for sure. Front row and center.
All right, we're gonna have red carpet and everything.
Yeah, y'all gonna hear me in there yelling for him. But
for sure, yeah.
I'm
So
gonna play my
let's
brother's
get it.
song now.
Right.
It's gonna play through the speaker.
Yeah.
So I can just click it.
Yep.
Y'all, this GB Biggs. It's called About My Cash. You know. Let's get it.
What these niggas on? They on crack shit. This chop nigga do a backflip. I ain't beefing about no rule about that cash shit. I ain't even trying to laugh, bitch. I come from backflips on a mattress.
Yeah, that beat is hard. That beat is hard.
No paper, I won't crash quick. Why you think about my bag? I don't get mad quick. Man, these niggas, they delusional.
Y'all really gotta listen to what he's saying.
Now you fooling you.
He talking fact.
Tell me that ain't fooling you. I turn nigga to a shot, Don Julio. I'm a Caldwell baby. I'm a hustler. I'm a Caldwell maybe. I'm on the beach, but I'm Caldwell.
Is he a Muslim too?
Yeah,
Ah.
most definitely.
Strap, don't get rinsed out. Make me mad, I might have to bring them pics out. I ain't going back and forth, that's a bitch route. Nigga make me mad, that's his ass and his bitch mouth. Yeah, let me bring it down.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's vulgar. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't say he pushing positivity
world
and
is
stuff like
vulgar.
that. But listen, he talking his truth. You can't be mad, you know?
Hey, this beat is hard. He's not out here, is he?
Nah, but he can be.
Okay.
If you ever need him on any show,
I'll tell you what, we got something coming up August 6th.
And bro, I got
If he
endless.
can make it out here.
Yeah, for sure. I'll let him know tonight. And like I said, I got endless friends with talent with this right. And shout out one of my boys, he out here in Cali. Shout out Infant, man. Rich boy, you heard? Yeah, he just dropped the song, man.
Okay.
He out Cali, he doing his thing. You know what I'm saying?
I know an infant, but you know there's a lot of infants. So
Yeah, I don't think you know this one. I don't think you know this one. But nah, he Gucci though.
Okay.
He cold too.
Alright.
Shout out Mill, Bruce. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Sonny, 90, everybody that's doing their thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he cold. He cold.
Yeah, I told you I ain't gonna put no
Hey,
bum shit.
the look behind him too. It's like I was like, oh, he must have. I was like, yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I love that shit, man.
Make sure y'all tap in again. You know his name, GB Biggs, and all his songs will pop up when you type that in on YouTube. And if y'all want to follow him on Instagram to get any of his new drops, his Instagram is at he turned up for real. So it's at HETURNT up FR. You know what I'm saying?
That was cold, man. That was really nice, man.
Follow him. Follow at Grind Right Millie. Grind Right is spelled GRIND RITE Millie MEALY. Then follow at Bruce BURCESWP. And then who else I said? I said Bruce Mill. And then Rich Boy at Rich Boy. What's unfinished? I just gotta give my boys their attention too, you know, because they doing their thing. But Rich Boy RICHBOI Hefe HEFE, and at my boy 90 at 90 Racks, 90 RACKSS.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Shout
about,
out,
man.
Newark, stand up.
Right.
Shout out to everybody, man, doing their thing and chasing their dream.
Mad love, man.
For sure.
I definitely appreciate it, man. What a great episode with you, man. Too Cold. Thank you so much, my brother. I definitely appreciate you stopping by, you know. So shout out to him, man.
Thank
shout
you
out
for
to
the opportunity.
You already know. Shout out to the podcast, man. May Revenue on Air podcast. Shout out to May Revenue Records, making it all possible.
Right.
And shout out to everything we have coming up so far, right?
Right.
Don't forget August 23rd.
Yeah, August 23rd. I'll drop the pay-per-view link because it's going to be on pay-per-view to it. It's my first title fight, so I appreciate all the support.
Right.
Any sponsors that want their business represented, you know, please tap in my DMs at tukold TOKOLD ___. Matter of fact, let me shout out one sponsor already who already locked down their spot on my trunks at Big Sack, SAKK. I am Sack. Sack Lifestyles. She got 2 different Instagram pages, but one for business, one personal, of course. But some of the hottest urban wear, you know what I mean? Y'all got to make sure y'all get with her, tap in, or put your orders in. She does one-on-ones now where you could order something that's just customly made for you. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, just support, man. Just support.
Right, 100%. There you have it, you know. So August 23rd, make sure y'all tap in with Too Cold, all right? And don't forget, this Saturday is going down July 12th at the Mayweather's Boxing Gym, okay? We will be streaming that event live, so tap in with Mayweather Promotions and tap in with Made Revenue Records,
and make sure you in there yelling out for Isaiah, because if you're not, you are out.
Well, I can't yell in the mic, so... All right, y'all, man. We appreciate every single one of y'all, man. Make sure y'all make it to the end. If y'all made it to the end, y'all seen this message anyway. So, May Revenue on your podcast. We're out of here.